So, yes, welcome back, everyone. We're having a special guest to discuss stuff tonight, but tonight we're throwing her to the UnFuckers. So we have Denice with us again, and she is going to help us communicate back and forth with Stan, the data collector, and we have all the UnFuckers in the room, and we have shite loads of questions. But at least
we also have the LMH members in.
Sorry, what was that, please?
So we also have a bunch of the LMH members in the room too. So we've got quite a few. We've got 116 people. So that's a lot of questions, and I'm sure we won't get through all of them.
No.
But we will endeavour to do our best. But hi, Denice, first and foremost. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thanks. Hope everybody is. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay, sorry. I'm still getting used to Zoom. It's a little different from what I've done, so.
New things.
Fun.
New things.
It's fun, huh?
Yeah, exactly. So what we've done is we've created a little Skype side room for Lisa and Denice and I, so that when it comes to the archive recording, we can have one conversation that we can just drop the messages in there, and then she can type the messages directly back. So the question answer without the chat getting all kind of in the way. So we'll have kind of almost like a double log. We'll be able to kind of copy and paste the exact, like the questions and the answers, and then we can also post the chat log as well. So yes. Yes.
I have no idea what that is. Anyway, all right. You're taking care of that part of it, I guess.
I'll do all the copy pasting, and I've got Mad Tom running around madly in the background in the UnFuckers room, making sure all the questions are put in and updating me on all that stuff too.
So for the Denice, are you going to be typing the answers into this chat for this room? Is that where the answers are going now? So that everybody hears.
Oh, that's a good point.
I would suggest that we type them into Skype and then copy and paste them over. So it comes in question and answer together, so they don't get separated through the chat.
But, so do you want to type out my questions?
No, you can just ask your questions. Well, that's up to you.
Yeah, I don't want to type. It's too early for that. My fingers aren't working yet. My mouth barely is. Denice, I just have to ask a question that kicks things off, doesn't it? That's pretty much how this happens. Well, Stan has talked about, I believe it's 11 original creators who created the construct. And he's also said that they are, or have always been, in the earthsphere. So I'd like a little bit of confirmation on that in terms of, are they here in body as the rest of us are, you know, like walking around, they got an address, I can knock on their door. That are they here in that sense?
I'm going to type the answer here for you.
Okay.
Okay. It means they have an address. I feel like knocking on doors. There's apparently two who, oh, okay, actually that's a good question. Are they fully conscious of who they are? They're fully conscious, aware of their origin. Not all 11 are fully conscious and aware of their origins yet. Okay. The 2 who participated in the corruption of the construct, are they fully conscious? Yes, the 2 controllers, game interlopers, changers, are fully aware of their origins. You offered names at one point in a conversation with Danny. Are you able to offer the names of the 2 controllers?
Do you really want to go down this road?
Absolutely. There are interlopers and changes inserted, as all 11 originals conducted side games. Doug, okay.
I think we're going to need a little bit of clarity on that, Denise.
Yeah, but I have a feeling there's more of this answer coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just sent something into the Skype room.
Okay.
Pointing fingers.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm uncomfortable naming names. All the names were listed on AK's site.
So 2 of those ones listed on the site are among are the controllers. 2 of those named.
Are among, yeah.
Okay, now, okay. But all 11 is what you're, from what I gathered that answer is saying, is that all 11 kind of mucked up to some degree.
Correct. There were a lot of side bets, wagers, intricacies. There you go. He's got something for you. 1 second. Get my chat on.
The site that's being referred to is the new American kabuki site called Terran something or other.
Terra Incognito?
Terra Incognito. There's a post on there where Bill actually names 10 of them or 9 of them or something.
All of them.
All of them. Oh, this is the one you and I are named in.
Yes.
Thank you.
There were hundreds of side wagers, bets, games, and experiments within the complete creation construct. Okay. You mentioned also that there were 2 creators. I don't know, firstly, can you clarify if they were 2 of the original or 2 others who created Lulu?
I don't know if Denice wants to name names. So I don't know.
Oh, they were offered before. 2 originals created Lilu. These 2 were not the same as the controllers or game changers. Are you comfortable saying which 2? Either you, Denice, or Stan?
Let me check.
I just typed you a message in Skype.
Okay. Okay, I got that. So.
Why are you doing? Why are you?
To explain, and if people go to the Terra Incognito website, names have been given. Certain roles by certain people I don't resonate with type thing. So that's why I've been kind of not getting into naming and into names and stuff like that. I sent you that message, Lise.
No, I never got that one. Okay, we'll move it. The word alliance, sphere alliance. So normally when an alliance is formed against something or for something. In this case with sphere alliance, what were they formed for or against?
I'm getting raked over the coals in the chat right now.
Okay, the Sphere Alliance of Source, Sphere Alliance SA, was formed to integrate the communications among all spheres and to bring a completion to the earthsphere game. Okay. It was stated in one of the earlier calls that the new creation, the new Earth or the new Earth sphere, was created at the beginning. At the very beginning, there was so essentially 2. No, I don't want to lead. What was the purpose of creating 2 in the beginning?
Good question. I'd like some clarity on that. It was a little hazy for me. I wasn't quite certain that's... Please?
I'm going to abbreviate his closing. He likes to sign everything, but typing out data collector stan XN every time is slowing me down. So, if it's all right with you guys.
That's
all
fine.
probability. Yeah, of course, yeah. All probabilities and possibilities were accounted for in the initial separation experiment, including...
Right. It stands by backup?
Okay.
Repeat that. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear.
So like as Lisa was just starting to say, all probabilities. So basically, even to having a new Earth, like a standby, a backup Earth, Is that what it was created for, as a standby, in case of? Yes, there was another Earth. The rare Earth was preserved for the instance, was preserved for an instance of total destruction of the Earth sphere. The rare Earth? Can you define that?
Sorry, I was muted. 1 second, I'm finishing that. He had something more to say.
Okay. Because that's the first time I've heard him use that expression.
Just closing out a couple of mics that are open. The new Earth was constructed in the preparation for the completion of the Earth sphere and all creation. In other words, the new complete Earth was created to include all of creation. So this would be the same as what Lila referred to as Windows 50.
Windows 50.
The rare Earth was but one spare. Was it supposed to be spare or sphere? Thanks, Az.
Zoom is going crazy on me right now. Screens are shifting all over the place. Sorry.
No problem.
Oh, the new complete Earth is akin to Windows 500.
Actually, he said 5,000 and it zipped out that last
So it's
part of it.
Windows
Sorry.
5000. Okay.
Windows 5,000. I think he has a sense of
As long as
humor
it doesn't
too.
look like anything, as long as it doesn't look anything like Windows 10, we're good.
Oh, please. Yes. Okay. Lisa, have you kind of dug through some of the stuff that you wanted to dig through? Okay, keep going then.
Got more.
There was one.
There are two spares.
Oh, there are two spares.
Only one being utilized at the moment. Are we not in one of them now? The new one?
I like that term rare earth too. I want to, why that word is interesting.
No, the rare earth and the other spare are integrated, not separate. The completion of the frequency alignment includes all. In effect, the earth is in the new earth construct, simply not visible yet. Okay, we understand it.
Okay.
So
Go ahead, Lise, because I asked a question before we started, about that visible yet. So I asked a question to Denice before we actually got going about that, the magnetic and the not visible yet. So I'm just going to read what I asked and what his response was. And now my Skype is being an asshole. Bear with me. So what had been in the last conversation, Stan had said, the conundrum that we observe is the magnetic differentials should be completed, yet are not completed. If the differentials were completed, visibility should be completed. And I asked Stan, could you explain magnetic differentials? And he said, magnetic differentials is a term that we use to label the measurement of magnetics. The frequencies of all are aligned. That is determined by the technology. Sorry, that is determined by the technology we have available. The magnetic differentials are the sub-frequencies of the minute details. All must be aligned for visibility. That is our determination. So I just wanted to read that out.
If I can interrupt 1 second, another transmission recently referred to them saying that all hairs had to be in place, like everything had to be perfectly aligned. But that was not from the data collectors, that was from a private transmission to a friend.
Okay.
So based on all the conversations that I've been privy to recently, the ones you've done with Dee, the one that the three of us had earlier, the picture I get is that earthsphere was the original creation. All other spheres were created from here, so constructs within constructs. Is that fair to say so far?
I'm going to allow him to answer that for you.
Okay.
Yes, all creation began on the earth sphere. It is the center point of all expansion. Okay. And now we've got this spare, or Windows 5000, 500, whatever you want to call it, that is now pulling in all of the constructs into it. So they're no longer separate, but they're contained inside the same space now. And they're all inside the same space. Yes, separation ends. I've heard Stan make reference to holding pattern. We are currently in a hold. Would this be what I've been calling the waiting room? There are many perceptions. Waiting room is accurate for many on earthsphere now. So according to what you guys have the ability to measure and what you have anticipated, everything that needed to be done has been done in order to bring this together and for visibility to occur. Is that true or accurate? All work is complete. All integration of all spheres is complete. And yet visibility has not occurred. Is the reason for this the individual essences themselves? no one, no thing can prevent the end of the separation now. I believe that to be true. It's inevitable. However, is the lack of visibility in this now moment due to the programs and...
We've got someone unmuted.
Due to the programs and concepts that each individual is currently holding on to. The known data from our perception viewpoint is that magnetic differentials remain. That sub-programs may still be on as a high probability. However, all sub-programs must end, that is known.
Can you clarify what you, Stan, if you wouldn't mind, clarify what you would call a sub-program? If you can give us an example of the types of things that we've discussed, things like the mind control, whether it's chemtrails, HARP, things like that, are those what you are calling sub-programs, or is that something different?
The use of debit cards on a daily basis for so many humans is but one sub-program. That's not going to go away until we're out of here.
Exactly. Didn't we have this very similar conversation with Lilu as well? I seem to recall a conversation that was much the same.
He popped another one in there for you.
Chemtrails are another. Religious programming remains intact in many of the earthsphere. Okay, so that actually tells me that, yes, it is down to the individual, to be honest. That's my take on that. All right, you've got your own questions. I'll hand the ball over for a bit.
Let me pull up the master list here. Well, there's one that was kind of interesting that right off the top I wanted to dig into. Wrong list.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Do you still want to do them here, or do you want to do them over in the Skype room? Whichever you want is fine.
Apparently that's not going to work. So what I'm going to end up having to do is just go through, and I will actually paste these in here now that I'm doing like actual written ones. And then we can kind of see how it flows from there. Give me a second. So here was the first one. And this is actually a combination of two. Okay. Once the new earthsphere construct is visible to all, how will it appear? Will it be the same, yet without all the negativity? Question. Or will it also look completely different? And will everyone notice it's new, or will we just slip into it seamlessly? What physically can we expect from the new construct? This is a multi-layered question. Okay, everyone calm down on chatting for just a second so I can read this. Stop typing. Danny, the new Earth construct is known in the creation records to include all of creation, to include every species ever created, every technology ever created. The manners in which the new Earth is experienced is not yet known. I believe it was Lila who also said the fact that this has never happened before. Therefore, we can't know how this will play out.
Can I jump in with another question then?
Yep.
If the main controlling technology or program has been removed, are the sub-programs dependent on that and therefore will fizzle out as a result of their own accord?
Can I throw in what Carl said as well? Because it's actually really pertinent to exactly what you asked. Carl said, we will never make the transition if all sub-programs have to be gone before it can happen. Is that a fact? Do all the sub-programs have to be gone before this transition purportedly can happen?
It is known that the sub-programs will end without direction, without directions from the master programs, right? So essentially their power source has been removed, so they will fizzle out.
Right. And Dee, I'm sorry, I was typing. I didn't hear your question. I know you had added onto that one.
Just basically, do these sub-programs all have to be done before this the new Earth is visible? No, the sub-programs do not have to be completed. Good, that was good verification.
The other question is, if all of these other sub-spheres, constructs have been integrated with the new, from what I took from our previous conversation, that basically they're all in the same boat we are. They're not seeing it yet either, and that we will all see it at the same time. But are they all ready and they're just waiting on us? Or could it be we end up ready first and we're waiting on some of them? There are a few civilizations that are as unaware as the Earth sphere. All are prepared here with complete support to assist in all in the move, transition, wake up. Okay. Can this be experienced in waves? There's been a lot of talk over the last several years of this happening in waves. Or will that happen in a moment for everyone, everywhere?
Yeah, good question.
It is known that the moment is simultaneous for all.
Okay. So I'd like to jump in because this is something I haven't even touched on in previous conversations with Denice and Stan. The Mandela effect. Stan, are you aware of what we call the Mandela effect happening?
Yes, the Mandela effect is a symptom of the frequencies aligning. It is a differential in the sub-programming.
Okay. Is it then, when we talk about the magnetic differentials and the frequencies aligning, are we talking about what I called in our first conversation, other dimensions, other timelines, reconverging back in again?
Okay.
Yes, the layers merging within all Earth sphere probabilities, possibilities, or dimensions can affect the frequencies. The overlays are magnetic, thus the perception of more than one experience exists.
I'm having mute problems. So why is it some people are experiencing Mandela effects and others are not?
And chat.
Danny, it is not known why the effects is perceived by some and not others. It is known fact that once a human sees expands, that extends outward. We've hypothesized, and oh God, how do we even explain this? We've hypothesized that there are times when it's as if the people around us have come from another reality, or as if you almost sometimes are floating between various parallel realities. Lisa and I have our joke of those times of, oh, that's my Lisa, that's my prime Lisa. Is it a matter of, in this merging of frequencies, that we're seeing, I don't want to say fractals, but others of ourselves coming in, and that's why some are on this moment seeing them and some are not? I don't know if that was very clear. Yes, living in between all multiverses at once, and sometimes it's almost like we're floating. Certain people are floating between them. Danny, the best explanation to your query is that you, Danny, are becoming all of you. However, the other Dannys will not end. Oh, this is what we've had this conversation before, and I think it's a breakdown of the English language yet again. We've talked about our fractals coming in as we can feel these pieces of ourselves merging in, and yet you've said that the other Dannys will still exist as they have their own consciousness. And can you clarify that?
That's what I want.
Sorry, I'm being pretty quick on the button, on the trigger at the moment.
Just remember that if I wave at you, it's because my mute's locked out again, so.
All essences in form have the right or option to remain in form, separate form, in the complete earth. Are all other Dannys fractals of the original?
There we go. Maybe.
You could start a girl band.
Just call them the Dannys? Yeah, no, I just don't think that's a good idea.
I think it's a great idea.
No. I think there are many people who would disagree with you on that.
What is perceived as other Dannys is really an expansion of the essence of the one Danny, and the other Dannys have expanded beyond the initial string of your original essence.
So kind of like stretched and then to the maximum and then snapped off so they become their own? That's interesting, actually.
Okay, I have a few more questions. That's okay.
Yeah.
Let's slightly change it.
I'm sorry. I just have one more addition to that question
Yep.
Okay.
that you just kind of added. I think he was just giving you clarification.
Yes, each essence has expanded now beyond the original essence in each individual form. Denice and or Stan, do you know what we mean when we use the word bots?
Aha, I was going to go there too. That was going to be one of my next questions. Bots or background people.
Yes. Okay. Do the bots also move into the new earth sphere? Or what happens to them?
Good question, Philip. That's exactly what I was going to ask next. Exactly. Okay. Lisa, all forms with essence move into the new earth sphere, complete earth. No thing, no one is left behind. Okay.
So does that mean that bots have essence?
Exactly.
Yes, all human forms have essence.
Can you define then, in your perception, Stan, what is a bot? Sorry, my Skype is binging over here.
I haven't been able to read any of the questions that are flying by in the chat room.
Don't,
Sorry.
I know, hon, I'm
Okay.
trying to keep a mental track of some of these.
Okay. And
Well, the last question was just basically what Stan's definition of a bot is then.
Yeah, we need to know what Stan's definition of a bot is, if he could explain that.
oh, you know what? That's going to somebody privately. I'm so sorry.
It,
I must have bumped
sometimes
something.
that happens, hon. Just
It's going, Tara's iPhone. I am so sorry. How do I
no
change
problem.
that?
Just click
The
that little blue
okay.
oval. Just click it. Scroll it up to
Okay.
everyone.
Okay, I'm so sorry. So, oh yikes. Basically, let me read it real fast before it leaves. Dear Danny, the term bot is up. I'm losing it. A misnomer. There
You
are
can
many
copy
humans
and
on Earth
paste
now
it
on a first. It's gone. Hold on a second. I've got little screens popping up now on my Zoom. I've got a black one with a white border. Okay, hold on. I have an old laptop. Huh. Everything's frozen. Okay.
And please don't
All
message
right.
Denise personally, because that's just going to confuse the issue for her at her end.
That's if Tara
Tara's
could copy.
posted it.
Yeah. Yeah. How
The
good. I'm
term
sorry.
bot
Let
is
me.
a misnomer. All humans have essence to drive the form, vehicle, body. There are many humans on Earth now in a first ever experience. These background people are real humans. Okay, well, that's a very different narrative than what Leela gave us.
And I'm spinning here. I can't change anything. Hold on one second.
It happens sometimes.
Okay.
Just click it once and let it go.
Got it.
There.
Yep. Got it. Okay, finally.
To kind of, okay. Are the people then that we perceive as bots, as in that we use as the term during conversation, are they just heavily programmed, like mind wiped, so that they're just completely within the programs running still?
Is it possible that they're, whether it's a form of technology or something else, can only scan or read for essence. So everything they're reading is human, and they're not even seeing the bots.
Good question.
There are so many variables within each form experience. It is difficult to pinpoint and isolate one design issue with the forms. There are so very many programs that were released.
So it could very well be the fact that your technology does not register them or recognize them. Maybe only recognizing them as programs themselves.
All human forms have essence. Yes, our technology is a factor in the difference of perspective.
Ah. Hey, Stan, have you ever watched the Matrix movie? The concept of the bots within the Matrix are part of the program. Yeah,
Agent Smiths.
I think that could very well be it. Philip said they don't really see bots like we do, and that could be. No, we have not. Go out, find yourself a DVD, watch the Matrix movie. It's kind of interesting. Okay, I want to go back to the magnetics thing again. And I want to talk about the symptoms that people are experiencing right now, because there's a lot of confusion sometimes. The physical symptoms that we're experiencing are attributed to so many different things. For example, the chemtrail flu, or HARP, or various types of mind control programming, that waves, Wi-Fi waves, etc. Are these physical sensations due to the sub-programs that are running? As I said, chemtrails, all these various frequencies that are being pumped out, or is it a part of that magnetic differential of the frequencies trying to Danny, there were many hidden controls programs that influenced humans. These symptoms of headaches, fevers, sinus issues, back pain are attributed to many of the released programs.
Ended programs.
Ended programs, okay? Almost like,
So the reason that people are still experiencing these things is because they're holding on to those programs within themselves.
Let me finish it, Mike. I'm sorry, this is so slow. The
no
chat
problem.
is got a little spinner. He's finishing that up. Okay, can you ask that question again? I'm so sorry. So you were thinking that the people holding on to the programs is causing the symptoms? Okay.
Yeah.
The effect on the human heart, such as fluttering, is caused by magnetic differentials. That's kind of where I wanted to go with this. There's certain pieces that make sense.
He has one more answer here. Oh, I didn't know this. This has never been asked before. This is cool.
The symptoms are caused by the releasing of programming. Initially, it was known that the programs were inserted into certain parts of the human form. The release of these programs may cause symptoms. And that's really interesting. And that's almost like I was thinking of the same elastic band theory. You know, like you're stretching as you release and it snaps back. The human heart has always been untouchable. Interesting.
How many humans or essences on the planet
Yeah.
does Stan register?
Okay, 1 second. There we go.
Yep, good question, Lace. That was one of the next ones I wanted to ask.
Sorry, it's spinning for me. I can't do anything yet.
No problem, hun.
Oh, it's got to be my internet.
It could also just be Zoom, because Zoom has been doing some weird shit recently.
Someone keeps on muting. Sorry. Oh, actually, it might be yours. You're on mute.
I'm unmuted. Danny,
There is a noise on the line.
no, there is like a feedback I'm hearing, but sometimes that even comes from Denise's line, so I don't know. Danny Lee said there are just over 5 billion human essences in form at our last update. So when was your last update? Just over 5 billion.
Well, just sure as hell doesn't feel like it.
Yeah.
Are there
Oh.
multiples of the same essence? Are there fractals of one oversoul? I don't know how to put that. Basically, are there more than one of us?
Okay, hold on 1 second, Lise. Danny, just before the earthsphere year end of 2016 was when they took that last count. Our technology no longer serves in this manner. Okay. Stan, I got to ask a question now about death.
Hang on, if you can
Wait.
answer that other question first.
Okay, sorry. You repeat your question then, Lise.
Well, are there copies?
Of
I'm going to say
ourselves?
copy of ourselves included in those figures. Are there more than one of us?
Is there already more than one Danny here? Because fuck. Same with me, Lee. Same with me.
I've lost count of how many times people have said they met my doppelganger. So, You're fine at this end. Your video hasn't frozen or anything.
Same with me, Tula. When I was like in my 20s, I worked in right downtown business district of Toronto, and I had people all the time on the subway would stop and call me this other woman's name, and then they'd get right up to me and go, oh, you're not her. Oh my God, you look identical. I can't remember what her name was. It was a very unusual name. And it happened for about 2 years straight. I'm eating a carrot. I didn't know if it was a carrot or a pencil you had in your mouth from where I was sitting.
Dear one, there are many essences. There are no copies. For example, there is an Andromedan with the base original essence of the one Denice with a string of differentials. This string of differential creates a unique essence. There are no copies of exact essence.
And what I was getting with that also is, and the reason it stays unique and has, that version of my essence, whatever, is because of the experiences. That's an Andromedan experience, which is something I could not even fathom in this human body. So that's her right to stay in her form and do what she does, or he may be a he, I don't know.
Okay.
So, are you done, Lise, on this one?
One more.
Yeah.
To anybody who has died recently, in the last couple of years, and those who die before everything becomes visible, what happens to them?
You're being psychic. Would you get out of my head?
Essences do not die. For instance, a human who leaves form now has many options. A new form, returning to a previous form, all is accounted for. There are no limits. Will this be in the new earth sphere, though? The creation records include a blueprint for everything ever created. All is possible now. Okay, well, I'll clarify my question. We have been caught in a closed loop system, reincarnating within this particular matrix construct. If somebody dies right now, do they get to go to this new earth, new construct, or is this still a closed loop system? Yes, the reincarnation cycle was a program, removed now. All essences leaving form now are moved to their next desire. As all expands within this earth sphere construct, they remain there, here, on a sphere, realm, civilization of their preference. It is possible to even return to the earth sphere, but few take that option. Yeah, I bet.
Like, can you blame them? Okay, I just want to back up a little bit. Stan, you said 5 billion humans, give or take, at the last count that you guys did just at the very end of 2016. When we had our first conversation, you described the Earth sphere for me. You said that the Earth sphere does not just mean this planet, it means the entire Earth sphere. So all that it encompasses, and you talked about dimensions as well, like the parallel dimensions. Could you clarify that 5 billion people, are you meaning on this planetary construct, just this planet's surface? Or do you mean the entire Earth sphere? Exactly, Carl, the Earth sphere multiverse.
Sorry, I put that over there. I couldn't get my chat.
It's all right, I put it over into the...
Hold on.
I'm going to copy and paste it into...
Oh my God. Danny, there are 77 billion essences in form within the complete construct. Okay. The Earth sphere construct or the new sphere construct?
The big one. The whole thing.
Okay.
That includes the 4,000 plus subconstructs or spheres.
Wow. I want kind of going off on this.
We're going to need a bigger boat.
Yeah, we need a bigger boat. Stan, we need a bigger boat. The complete integrated construct. Okay. Animals. And I'm talking animals, things like dolphins, whales. Are they, in essence, do they have that essence connection as well? And are they included in that 5 billion?
I think we already answered the part about animals being of essence.
Did we?
I think so. I'm sure I've heard that before. All animals, all life.
Yeah.
Yes, animals have essence. No, the 5 billion is the human form.
Okay.
Okay. In the earth sphere.
Sorry, every time I try and type it over here, I get a little spinner and it won't let me type.
It's okay, I'm copying them over.
We both did at the same time.
Just because of the previous question, I think this needs to be drawn on in case anybody is in fact suicidal or thinking that that might be a fast ticket out of here. Because that's not where I was going with that question at all. But that may feel like an attractive option for some. Can Stan address that in some way?
Oh, wow.
I love when you say things like that, Denice.
I'm typing it over on Skype because it wasn't working for me. I just kind of have chills from that one.
The new complete Earth is beyond the imagination and expectation. To leave human form now intentionally would be a folly. The prescient experience of all approaches, and Earth is the grandstand seating. So if you leave now, you miss your front row seats, guys.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Oh, okay. I want to touch on something. And I don't know if Stan will be able to answer this because he said their technology is not quite meshing now because the frequencies are too close. Last week, there was a major solar windstorm, massive, massive, huge, and there was a lot of people physically felt it. Was that an indicator of frequencies or the magnetic differentials coming together? Or was it something else?
Q on the solar streams are an indication of the magnetic.
Oh,
Okay, we're going to take a 5-minute break, bathroom break and coffee or tea break, whatever you need to get. So we'll be back in one moment. I'm just going to pause the recording and turn off my camera, Dave. Recording has resumed.
I'm still chewing my cookie. Wait.
What was I going to say? Okay, CERN, HARP, all of these technologies they purportedly have. Does Stan understand what the original purpose of these technologies was?
Good question. Yes, I am the Cookie Monster. If you're looking for the Cookie Monster, it's almost always me. No, I apologize, everyone. My typing is really, really bad tonight.
The original purpose of all CERN, HARP, vaccine, chemtrail tech was to prolong the earthsphere experience and prevent the completion of the game and program experience.
Which is?
Well, I alluded to the same thing about CERN. She said it was an attempt to recreate.
Yeah.
And all are now offline? Or are attempts still ongoing?
Good question.
Yes. All technology is failed now. There are attempts, however, unsuccessful. The frequencies are not aligning for the destruction of creation now.
So that's hence the fact they're still doing the chemtrails. Okay. One of the questions.
He's got an answer for you there. Sorry.
Okay. Sorry, hon.
Oh, it's okay.
Pardon me.
Yes,
Yes.
chemtrails are still being attempted. The results are not in favour of the deliverers. I got a question.
So much money up in smoke, so to speak.
I have come to see all of this.
Go ahead, please.
I've come to see all of this as like a TARDIS. Finite on the outside, infinite on the inside. Meaning the earthsphere construct is a contained space. All the constructs within it, constructs within constructs, can go on forever. But also that time is like a TARDIS as well, inside, so that it can be looped infinitely within. Now, I've heard you say, Stan, that time is only experienced in linear fashion the way it is here on the Earth's surface. We are in a space of no time right now. We have purely just a perception of time due to daytime, nighttime, pretty much. Is there anything we can do from where we are to collapse the time perception or time loops? The time construct was removed. The controls and devices were isolated and taken offline. There is only the perception of time, and the use of time remains. Time loops and jumps and other manipulations are no longer.
Interesting. Talking about the sphere of the construct. One of the questions.
Sorry, I was muted. He's answering a little bit more there.
Okay.
Kind of explaining subprograms within this also. And it froze. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Could throw it into Skype.
Okay. Gonna finish it in Skype. That's weird. I won't be able to see it. Okay.
Some sub-programs as well are free to remain during this moment before
I'm sorry,
visibility.
here's the first part of that. It was frozen. Did you get that? Okay. So that was the last part of this.
Okay. To remove the perception of time is a deprogramming experience. The use of time is so deeply interwoven into the daily experiences of most of humanity. Deprogramming these experiences is not completely possible. Thus, some sub-programs are able
To
some
continue?
sub-programs are free to remain during this moment before visibility. Okay, that again makes it sound like the sub-programs are kind of within us and our perceptions of time. Okay, then is the sun that we see going up, going down, going round and round, is it purely a program? Is it a piece of technology?
This is in reference to your previous, it was like this is just the end of that previous question you had before the sun, sorry, and it's going so slow.
It's a probability that the sun is a piece of technology?
No, that was that sub-programs are waiting for us to deprogram.
Right.
Right, okay. This is to the sun, sorry.
The sun is a technology. It contains portals and is a projector of frequencies within and throughout the earthsphere perceived solar system. Is it part of the original tech and the programs and frequencies that it's projecting are original programs, or has it too been co-opted and is sending out frequencies as part of the co-opting? So, yeah, that's a convoluted question. It is part of the original tech. It has not been co-opted, though there have been attempts.
There have been attempts.
Denice, I've kind of got a question for you in regards to your experience of Stan and the others that come through. And just comparing that to experiences with Lilu. When I'm talking to you, Denice, I can feel your energy, like your energy signature.
Right.
And when I spoke to Lilu, I could very much feel her energy signature.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that you said to me in one of our conversations that one of the reasons you trust this is because of the energy and the feeling that comes with it. And the same for me with Lilu.
Right.
However, I can't feel Stan. I can't get an energy signature on Stan.
Okay.
Can he explain why that might be? And why I could with Lilu, but I can't with him? Do you do?
One
No.
second.
But I always assumed that it was because I'm interacting directly with Denice. That's why I'm picking up Denise's energy signature. I'm not interacting directly with Stan, and that's why that was always my assumption, is why I don't feel Stan's energy signature, is because I'm not conversing with him. I'm not directly communicating with him.
Your perception of my energy signet is now limited by the frequency alignment.
Just to clarify some of that, I can feel the separate energy signatures of so many of the ones that I've been transmitting for. In the very beginning, there was sort of a group of data collectors, and they had a very different feel. It kind of was very systematic, robotic, you know, it was just very matter of fact. I can feel the humanity in so many of these people, for lack of a better word. Some of the females that I've interacted are very happy, and others are very strict and rigid. Some of the gentlemen have humor that would make you blush, and you know, some are just really. I think it varies with each one. I think I haven't counted, but I would say there's at least 20 that I've interacted with. And there's one that comes specifically for a person that he's trying to make contact with here. He's only done it to me twice. I feel his energy come up around from behind me, hug my neck, hug my arms, and it feels like he's sitting on his chin on my head. It feels like a big bear hug. And it's just gentle, amazing energy. And I know exactly who he is. And so I know he wants to get a message to his friend. It's stunning the way it feels. And it lasts for a little while. Even if he's gone, I can still feel it.
Have you located his friend that he's trying to contact? Do you know who it is?
I have, and he has changed her life. Yeah.
Okay.
That's another story, and it's a beautiful story. It's really a romance, actually. But I can't, you know, obviously go into private details other than she has really expanded from it, and she can feel things. He can send frequencies. That's another thing. You know, they can send frequencies to us so we can feel them. I don't know if that's going to happen. You did? Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah, very much so.
Yeah, that's where the feeling part for me comes in. And yeah, there's been some deception along the way, and there's been some agendas discovered. But for me, it's all been worth it because I know that we're so close. And I know that everybody wants the same thing. Everybody wants to be visible together in this complete earth. And every dream that we've ever had about it doesn't do justice to what it's going to feel like.
Yeah. Everyone wants to be fucking over. Can we start the party now, please? Yes, Stan does have a sense of humor. He's being very formal at the moment. Thank you, Stan.
Thank you, Denice, for that.
Oh, you're welcome.
I've got one more. Well, I've got another.
For this moment,
Okay, I won't limit it to one. This Andorra complex that you've spoken of, it's kind of, from what I get, physically located where Antarctica is, but it's out of phase dimensionally, frequency-wise.
Yeah.
What was Andorra's purpose, firstly? Who created it? And why has it been closed?
Yeah, we discussed this in the last discussion that I had, and even I'm still not quite clear on that one.
Lisa, the Andorra complex was located at the Antarctic complex. The copies of the original Essence first forms were located there. The Earth-based and secret space program-based controllers, rulers, elite cabal thought that these were the original creators and their forefathers. It was a mirror of the original creation created by all 11 essences. So the Andorra complex was created by the original 11 essences, and they placed copies of themselves there. There were many scenes in this very long and very real game. Why? Why create Andorra and put copies of themselves there? For what purpose? The complete purpose is unclear. There were many probabilities of means to end this game and experience. Andorra was shut. Andorra was but one of them. If the controllers of the earthsphere have no one to negotiate with, the game is over.
No one to negotiate with.
So if the Andorra complex is closed, what happened to those in it, including the copies of the originals?
Yeah.
Denice wasn't uncomfortable with naming the originals because they've already been named, apparently, on American Kabuki's site. She was uncomfortable naming the two. It fucked us over.
Yes. Philip, they thought they were negotiating with the original creators, but they were just copies. No, nothing happened with the negotiations. They basically just closed it down, apparently.
But it sounds like all 11 are responsible for some aspect of this. They were all in cahoots to some extent.
Yeah.
The Andorran complex is safe, sealed, in a form of stasis for now until the completion and all are visible.
Okay. So one of the questions that keeps coming up is what happens to the perceived bad guys, the perceived Bushes and Obamas and Queen Elizabeths and the Pope and all these really, really horrible, horrible people who involved in the pedophilia, the satanic ritual, sacrificial bullshit. What happens to them at the end of that? All the psychopaths. And David Rockefeller, yes.
I did ask about David Rockefeller's whereabouts last conversation and got told that his whereabouts is unknown right now.
His whereabouts, we haven't found him yet.
someone's going to have to answer some questions if that one gets let go somewhere.
David, yeah, exactly. You got some explaining to do if he just disappears. No, not didn't get away. They are unaware because right now they can't read a lot of the stuff that's going on around the planet. So they're unaware of where he is. They can't find him.
I sent that one to you in Skype because this is freezing on me constantly.
Okay, there have been some essences already returned to source. There will be more. Those essences that do not align with completion of this game have been given notice of their only option now.
And what's their only option now?
Get with the new program or back to source, I think is.
Kicking the balls over and over and over again.
This is kind of cute.
It's a long-standing analogy I've had.
Well, that's a good question. To enjoy the complete Earth or leave and never come back? Is there any significance to the number 144,000?
Good question.
Thanks, Russ. That was a good one.
Well, I got a good question here too. Okay.
Yeah, Denise, you're going to have to be the one to call a time limit on this because
I've already told her that.
Yeah. Oh, that's okay. I'm fine.
I said we don't want to burn her out. It's not known, Molly. Speak for yourself, Moksha. I don't have 15 hours in me tonight. It's not, yeah. No.
Oh, I couldn't do that.
Exactly. There are limits.
The number 144,000 is contained in many prophetic programs as sub-programs. It is a symbolic parameter in the religious spiritual controls.
Yeah.
Yes, but what is its significance within those controls? Why that number?
A containment number, i.e. you have to be one of those 144,000 or that's it, you're out? I don't know.
It's a symbolic parameter, but symbolic of what? There is no indication of why that particular number. It could have been 1,400. Okay.
Right.
So
I think what he's saying is it's just one of the symbols, just like there's so many religious symbols or spiritual symbols.
Okay. I want to ask, so does Stan talk to others or communicate to others besides through you? And the big question is, have the controllers, i.e., the planetary controllers, do they know about the data guys like Stan, and have they tried to make contact with him?
Yes, there are other conduits. The controllers were in contact with program masters in the Sphere Alliance before the completion of the negotiation.
Before the completion of what? Just clarify what negotiation.
There were members, leaders in the Sphere Alliance who also desired to continue separation. Those members were given the same option available now to the Cabal: align with completion of the game or return to source. There is instances of several returning to source. Okay.
Interesting.
Stan, hang on, I'm going to mute all. You stated that the Sphere Alliance is an alliance made up of representatives of the 4,000 plus subconstructs, subspheres, civilizations. Are there representatives of humans here in this Earth sphere who are part of the alliance?
Good question.
And if not, why not?
Mm-hmm. And if so, who set up that little thing? And
Yeah.
how did they
Yes,
get nominated?
Yes, the one Denice is one example.
That was news to
Okay.
me. I have never asked that question.
Well, then Denice.
Guess what, Denise?
Well, I have background. Let me put background with that. I have never asked about my previous incarnations or my other beings in form, because I just want to do this job and get it over with. And I say that with, all the purest intention. I don't want to delay it by clouding it with my perceptions of who I am personally. I'm just going neutral into this game, get my job done so I can go have a beer at the bar when it's over.
Okay, maybe I need to clarify the question then.
Yeah.
Are there humans here in this Earth sphere, in this reality, like the rest of us, who
On
are
this
conscious,
here surface of this here planet,
who are consciously a member, a delegate, or whatever, inside the Sphere Alliance, who are representing us here?
consciously representing.
Consciously.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea, Adele. There are few humans aware of the Sphere Alliance in complete awareness and consciousness. Most of the Human Alliance team works together during perceived human dream time. The work is done in the continuum. So does that mean that all humans here having an experience can work with the Sphere Alliance during dream time, or is there simply a handful or whatever number who do that work? Yes, all humans now are free to communicate with us now. The work is done. It is the moment of visibility that all await together. Communications among all of us is welcomed. Have all of the originals, the 11 originals who participated in the creation and the co-opting of the original construct, okay, so what happens to them, especially to the two main ones?
Sorry, no one can answer that, Susan. Something that has never been experienced before, no one can say what it's going to look like or how it's going to happen or how it's going to roll out.
The two controllers remain in form now for the end of the separation. Details about their desires are unknown. You're muted, Dee. You need me to unmute you?
Yeah, I've got it. This was asked in the UnFuckers room. Can we ask Stan if he has any questions for us that would help solve his conundrums so we can get the hell out of here? So Stan, do you have any questions for us? Any information you need that might help clarify things or? Yeah, I second that.
Well, 3 coffees and I'm still yawning. Wakey, wakey. Thanks, Noel. Colombian blend, you reckon, Phil? We are in complete gratitude. The data is flowing from us, for us, from these interactions now. We feel your intentions and are very pleased. All desire complete visibility now. Set those intentions and we are together. All right, well, is it a matter of the 100th monkey? Do enough of us need to desire visibility for it to happen? Is that what we're waiting on? Who doesn't desire? Those who don't even have a concept.
Yeah, those who don't have any clue, like no idea. Well, a question that kind of goes along with that. Is there a correlation between those attracted to joining the UnFuckers group and listening to Danny and Lisa and those who are ready to move to the new earth?
I'm sure there's many, many more than that.
Oh, many, 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 many more. Now my question, I'm just reading off the questions as they're coming in.
Lisa, no, not waiting on the 100th monkey effect. It is the magnetic differentials now. But setting an intention of love and joy and peace and fun makes the moment of waiting pass with less dissatisfaction.
He caught himself on that. He started to say pain. And it is painful waiting, but dissatisfaction is less loaded.
Yes.
But it doesn't speed it up.
No.
It
just makes it more pleasant.
Okay, so what magnetic differentials are we talking about here that need to happen? And what can we do about those?
Yes. Because everything echoes in magnetics, right? From the, if you want to talk from the solar system to the galaxy, down to the planetary, to each of our own individuals. So there's so many.
Oh, well, that's a good point. This brings up, far out, okay. Is it our own individual magnetics?
Yes, I'm good through that, but then I want to ask the next big question. Okay. Everyone send like a little bubble of energy over there to Laurel. Apparently the tornado sirens are going off where she is. So yeah, Laurel, sit tight. You're frozen, Lise.
Am I?
Mm-hmm.
Or was I just being very, very still?
Or were you sitting very, very still and not blinking or moving? Taking a little 40 wink nap?
No, reading the chat. Hold on. Waiting. I'm just going to get a glass of water.
Lisa Danny, the magnetics are affected from the very core of the earth sphere to the hearts of humans, to the very edges of the perceived universe. All magnetics are aligning. This simply means flowing at a constant rate of symbiosis. It is known that the human hearts are a direct connection to source. These pure frequencies are aligned. The magnetics that follow are not yet aligned, thus the differential. Okay. John Carl asked, is there any way that Keshe Tech could be used to help push this along? Puts me in mind of, like, the famous quote from Empire Strikes Back, would it help if I got out and pushed? Absolutely. So Denise has only got maybe time for one more question. There's no known Earth technology that will speed the visibility. Jailing, there's nothing we can do really to help move this along. It's a matter of alignment.
What I'm getting here is there's absolutely nothing we can do.
Sorry, say again?
Because it sounds like there's absolutely nothing we can do. Which doesn't feel
It doesn't
very
resonate.
empowering right now.
No.
It's like we're subjected to some external
Time clock?
series of events. There has to be something we can do.
I think we do whatever our heart tells us to do, really. I mean, we continue the way we've been going on this whole time. When we are moved and we feel the need to do something, then we do something. I think that's it. Like Maury just said, stay in your heart. And just, we will know, I think, what to do.
Well, I know what Lulu said we can do.
Which was?
And
Remind us.
Exactly that. Stay in your heart, focus on home, make the connection to home.
Yeah.
The complete visibility to her when and how is unknown. Yeah.
When and how it will occur is unknown. Could it be, and I'm going to throw this out here because this is something Lisa and I have talked about on and off for years now, that kind of inkling that we had that there was something that was going to happen that would be a trigger point, be it from the sun, be it from the central sun, an energy wave, something that would be the final trigger point. And we're talking now about magnetics, and like I said, with magnetics, you've got our individual, the planetary, we have our solar system, you have the galactic sun, etc. Is that what we're waiting for? Is there a chance that is the type of thing we're literally waiting for a trigger? Yes, exactly, Amber.
Huh. And does it only take one? Could it just take one person to fully and completely align with it for it to be the trigger? Domino effect. Someone to finally realize they're Neo.
Danny, there is a probability of a perceived trigger point. It is known that geomagnetics in the skies are visible to all as the notice of visibility. So we're back to this again. Notice in the skies. So the geomagnetics, we're seeing this. We're seeing massive, like northern lights, southern lights happening farther and farther closer towards the equator. Like there was some of the aurora borealis seen quite south in the States just last week, I think. Which is very interesting because geomagnetics again, yeah. The northern southern lights will be seen by all. Okay, is that the light show?
Rose's light show. Denice, I'm not sure if you are getting an answer to the extended part of that question. About it only takes one.
1 second.
And I think we need to wrap it up.
Yeah. This is not the light show.
You're speaking for yourself?
The work has been done. It does not depend upon one human.
Okay.
No, I wasn't saying depend upon a human, but could it be that one human fully aligning with their own self, their own magnetics, be a trigger? And it could be anyone. That is a possibility. However, as this is the first opportunity for this experience, it is unknown.
Yeah.
So it keeps coming back to, we've never been here before. We don't know how it works. We don't know how it's going to work. We don't know what it's going to look like.
And
we don't know when it's going
to feel, what it'll look like, how it'll roll out, because it's never happened before. And,
but it all will.
Unanswerable question. Well, Denice, I want to thank you, and Stan.
You're welcome. You're very welcome.
And spending this like 2.5 hours with us, going through all these questions.
Yeah, no problem.
Yes,
Thanks for having me.
very much appreciated. And it will, as these things always do, they bring up more questions.
Yep.
That's fine. Yeah. Email them to me or Skype them to me. I'm happy to do it anytime.
Awesome.
Thank
But-
you.
Thank you so much for being very, very
Oh, you're
generous with your
welcome.
time.
Oh,
We do appreciate
my
it.
pleasure. Thank you. Thank you. I'll talk to you
And-
soon.
Yes, absolutely. And all you UnFuckers. And all you LMH members. I'm going to bed.
Bye for now, guys.
Bye, guys.
See you, Stan.
Ciao, Stan. Yeah.